About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado's loyal little soldiers, huh? Fine, have it your way. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? Oh, really? Did she now? I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. Anyway, we'll get to that later. First, we have a much bigger fish to fry. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? His credentials. So you're hitting the Gall Bank branch in New Atlantis. Nice score, very lucrative and very dangerous. If you're going after a gold mine like that, I'll want to come along for the ride. Or you're not getting near Dombrowski.
You want credits? Hugs? What?
Oh no. No. Delgado isn't gonna drop a cred stick on the table and be done with it. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. All right. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now, let's talk business. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Tehran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Oh, this is my cue. Step aside, mortals. Barrett is here.
Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starview Ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut, I'll help you with anything you want. What's the status of your plan? I once saw Neva strip down a UC security ship and sell the parts back to the UC through a shell company. If that doesn't put your concerns to rest, I don't know what will. Now tell me, what about the status of your plan? How can I help? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society. You seriously need to ask. Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons. First, Gold Bank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. Not something Delgado wants, I suspect. And second, you offer Gal Bank employee in every single Gal Bank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. I'm gonna guess that won't help with whatever your plans are regarding Gal Bank, now will it? Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
Between you and me, the best part of my job.
Captain Lokov is one of the most easygoing CEOs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
Captain Rokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch anything, please.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
So, what brings you aboard?
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, huh?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
Here for business?
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid. Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? In my cabin? Oh, please. Why would I do something so foolish? I'll have you know that the award is locked inside the master safe, located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got. Hello. Are you a member of the Society? That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
So, what brings you aboard?
Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
Chair has really outdone herself. Dombrowski is married to some poor woman that he constantly leaves behind in New Atlantis when he goes on his business trips. Even if I was offered the award, I wouldn't take it. Can you imagine the security nightmare I'd have to deal with? No, thank you. When you join, they send you a small chunk of rock from the Earth itself. I keep mine on my desk. Now, why the heck are you so interested in him anyway? Nice to have met you. Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, huh?
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard a starliner.
Here for business or pleasure? Let's put it this way. He screwed over so many people. If he suddenly disappeared from the universe, I don't think anyone would miss him. I heard it's fitted with 12 internally flawless 2-carat blue diamonds. Can you believe that? Is this about that feature SSN ran a few years ago? I can assure you, this is a legitimate charity organization. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Has really outdone herself this time.
Quite a lovely starliner. Yes, he's some kind of top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running a fake loan scam. Benjamin Bayou of Neon won the award the first time it was presented, but he dropped out of the Society a couple of years back. It's critical that the Society keeps the memories of Earth alive in our hearts. I'm doing my part by attending this spectacular event. That's all then? Okay.
An open bar would have been nice. Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society? I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard the Starliner. Haven't we already talked about this? Well, that was boring.
Here for business or pleasure?
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
So what brings you
Have you
aboard?
tried the cannabis? Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the awards committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. Donations to the Society can be debited from my bank account on a monthly basis. I barely have to lift a finger to help. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard a Starliner. I heard he uses Galbank's VIP suite on the Siren of the Stars almost monthly. Does the man ever do any real work? Besides what I already told you? No. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state, but I'm glad the Society has the nerve to do something about it. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
That's a lovely Starliner.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society? He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time. If you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. The Society was founded about 8 years ago by Carl S.A. Worthington, a prominent businessman from New Atlantis. Well, that was boring.
Have you tried the cannabis? Horrid. Ugh. Positively horrid.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
prefer swimming in bioluminescent hot springs under a sky full of moons, but hey, the pool is nice.
Sorry, do I know you? Look, I think you're definitely here. I really don't have time to have a discussion with you. My partner's waiting for me. He's a very important man. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? How did you... That idiot. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? That's true. You have come this far already. You know more about me than I suspected. Can't have that. As much as I can't stand Larry, I'm not sticking my neck out to bring him down. You know what? Forget it. The price of doing business by slinging mud is way too steep. What else you got? You're willing to pay me to give you dirt on Larry? Sorry, I thought I'd end up on the short end of the deal. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
You're pissed off? Imagine how Dombrowski's gonna feel when we start stepping on his toes.
Good. I hope you crush them so badly he'll be unable to walk. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming GalBank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you aboard. Welcome to the Purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata. How can I be of assistance today? I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe, which can only be accessed by presenting an appropriate claim ID. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. I'm sorry. It's against Trident policy to discuss our personal feelings towards a fellow crewmate. I don't want to lose my job. Why should I tell you? I hear you. All right, but you didn't hear this from me. Do you understand? I don't want to lose my job. I like Captain Rokov, but I think he's mixed up with some very dangerous people. I was bringing some paperwork to his quarters one day, and I found a slate with a message he received from someone named Delgado. That would normally be fine, but the message mentions the Crimson Fleet, as in pirates. Can you believe it? If you want to grab it, the slate should still be in his quarters. Somewhere. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable.
Several times, and I can assure you that the route is quite safe. The Society chair has really outdone herself this time.
Here for business or pleasure?
So, what brings you aboard?
You look a bit lost in these surroundings. Hello? You here for the charity event? Oh, I'm afraid that's a bit outside my wheelhouse. I work for UC Security, so I don't think I could be of much help. I have nothing to do with Galbank. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
Maybe I am a little drunk, but you're still a liar.
Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for never.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman. Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? That's what I'm hoping. I hope I can trust you. That's what I'm hoping. I haven't agreed to anything yet. Ugh, this is utterly preposterous. I'm not giving you anything. I should say so. The nerve of you to even ask something so stupid. Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? I mean, it might be okay. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up, and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Maybe, but if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
I'm not particularly inspired by your shining example of confident leadership here.
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starview ballroom. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with Mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. Don't you have somewhere to be? Shouldn't you be on your way to Sundin?
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I need to get back to my duties.
Glad to have you aboard. Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way. Have a safe journey. Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom. So, what brings you aboard?
An open bar would be nice.
Suddenly, we've entered a high-security
hold
medical
up.
bay.
This
Didn't
area is
expect
off limits
that.
to passengers.
Okay, then.
Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry. That area is off limits. No exceptions. Hey, if your heart's set on it, who am I to stop you from staring at a bunch of life support machinery? Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Feel free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Oh, great. Everyone cleared out of the buffet. That's always a bad sign.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
To think, the crew barely had space to stand in their rooms.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. I always took him for a fool, but I can't believe he's stupid enough to have gotten mixed up with the Crimson Fleet. Still, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over any evidence?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain
Claudia
has
said that.
declared a ship-wide
You sure?
emergency.
Damn it!
Please report to
That
your
means my
cabins
money's
in an
already
orderly
gone.
fashion
And
and
Dombrowski's
remain there
going to
until you
walk away
receive
with a
further
fortune.
instructions.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to end up on the Crimson Fleet shit list. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I'll end up in jail. This is a lose-lose situation for me. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No. You can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates, thank you very much. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
Because if you
The
don't kill
captain
him,
has declared
I
a
will.
ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. Excellent, excellent. So, before we begin, let's review the facts. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me.
All passengers, may
I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Rather astounding that you deciphered our communication attempt. It only took you a minute more than we expected for you to work through the calculus and participate in the discussion. But the rat models are notoriously unpredictable.
Splendid. Oh, it appears we've reached an accord. And may I say, it was a pleasure conversing with an intellectual equal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
And proceed to your cabin.
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner? Of course, of course. I understand completely. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Dover Beach. Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Ships released. Let's go.
I will never get tired of that.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. All right, we're done. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
I have something for you.
Hey, I need to talk with